What's up, potties? This is the dopest soul you'll ever meet, and welcome to High History, where we talk about real people getting real high back in the day. Now, I know y'all probably a little mad at me, okay? I miss you. I miss you. But I know you're probably a little mad at me because it has been 3 weeks since I posted a video. But I have an excuse without having an excuse. So I don't have no excuse, but I have an excuse. So, bro, let me just tell you what's been going on. Light your reefers, because I got me a little appetizer. So, light your reefers so y'all can let you know what's tea. So, first and foremost, I'm not going to even cap to you, bro. My head been a little fucked up. My head been a little fucked up. We all know the files. The Epstein files came out. And on top of the Epstein files coming out, there's a war going on right now, okay? I'm not going to even lie. I didn't know what I wanted to talk about because, like, I've been going through the files, y'all. I've been going through the files, and it's unbelievably, I don't even know the words, disgusting, bro. Like, this shit would really, it make me feel like, bro, like, we all, like, what are we gonna do? Like, what are we gonna do? Like, at the end of the day, like, what are we gonna do? Because, like, me knowing all this information, me knowing all this shit and stuff like that, me feeling sick to my stomach and shit like that, I cannot just go back to regular life. Like, I don't feel like I can just go back to regular life, go clock in and go back to work and all the rest of that shit when I know what the fuck is going on in the world. So my head been a little fucked up. I'm not gonna even lie. My head been a little fucked up. I'm fine. Like, I'm not like, you know, like suicidal or anything like that. But, like, I'm fine. But, like, it's just my head been a little fucked up. And I didn't know what I wanted to talk about because as I'm a goofy individual, y'all. Like, I know I play a lot and stuff like that. Like, I'm really funny and I'm goofy and stuff like that. And some messages I feel like would be better if it come from somebody that's, you know, that's not me or something like that, because it's an important message. It's an important message. Like, what the fuck are we gonna do? Like, something needs to be done. What are we gonna do? So I didn't know. I ain't know. But I decided, like, fuck all that. This is my platform, okay? Like, this is my platform, and y'all know I take my platform very seriously. We spread love, not hate over here, bro. We spread love, and at the end of the day, right now, what the world need is love. Like, I'm not even trying to be like no cliche, like whatever, but for real, what the world need is love, bro. Like, we really need to love. Like, we really need to love on each other right now. Like, if you part of us, like the working class. If you go to work, clock in every day, pay taxes and all the rest of that shit, I'm talking to you right now. Like, we have to come together. Ain't no like, I know I live in Petersburg and it's a really crappy ass like balance and shit like that, bro. All that shit need to chill out. Like I said, even if it's just for 15, 20 years, that shit just need to chill out, bro. We gotta come together, and hopefully by the time we come together and get the 1% the fuck out of here, by the time we come together and get they ass, we wouldn't even have nothing to beef about no more. Like, we've been together so long, we wouldn't even have nothing to beef about no more. But all the white and the black and the racism and all the rest of this shit and the ICE and all, man, shit gotta give, bruh. That shit gotta give, bruh. It gotta give, bruh. It's a bigger picture, bruh. They dead ass controlling us, bruh. Like, this shit is not even like, this is not even a conspiracy no more, bruh. Like, they dead ass controlling us, bruh. Everything is in cahoots. Something has to give. And then I just was thinking, like, okay, so I'm thinking about that, like, this is my platform, so what can I do? Like, because what can I do? Honestly. And I'm still trying to figure out, oh, it's something that I could do. Like, something that I could do. I know I'm just one person, but, like, still, what can I do? As of right now, all I got is my voice, bro. That's all I have, is my voice. But that shit can be powerful. So, I decided to make a little mini-series out of this shit, okay? We ain't did a mini-series since since High and Haunted, Halloween time. You know, when we was doing all that. We ain't do a mini-series about that. But, you know, I decided we're gonna do a mini-series called Who the Fuck is Your Government? Because can you believe, even after all this shit that came out, after all the knowledge that we done learned, after all the information that's in the files, it's still motherfuckers that still believe in this government. So welcome to the mini-series called Who the Fuck is Your Government? Let's kick it off.
I'm the type of nigga that gets sassy on the bitch. VVS, clarity, stone, Prezi on the bitch. And I'm feeling like the hand of God bless me in this bitch. Put respect up on my name, ho, I'm heavy in this bitch. I just want 7 Grammys.
So to kick the series off, we're going to be talking about Fred Hampton. If you don't know who Fred Hampton is, he was a chairman of the Black Panther Party, doing very good work. We gonna go through all that. But he was a chairman of the Black Panther Party who was drugged and assassinated by the FBI, the police department, The government, whoever, all three, they all in the cahoots, assassinated. Not because he was a gang lord, not because he was a drug dealer, not because he used his voice. And not only did he use his voice, but he put action behind that shit. And it was a threat. So let's talk about it. So Fred Hampton was born August 30th of 1948 in Maywood, Illinois. That's like a little town outside of Chicago. He was a part of the working class family. His parents worked at a factory, just regular black folks trying to survive America in the post-war era. So it was nothing radical about the family. No secret revolutionary bloodline or nothing like that. Just discipline and expectation. So Fred was sharp early, honest student, athlete, natural speaker. Like everybody already know he was gonna go somewhere. Like the teachers knew he was gonna go somewhere. Everybody knew like he was gonna be somebody. And before he even became a member of the Panthers, he was already organizing through the NCAA Youth Council. And notice I said organizing, not just talking and not just like bullshit. He was really in the field, like really organizing, really doing the shit. And I really feel like that's why he was a threat, because he won't just out protesting, he won't just out speaking, and he was really in the field, man. Like he was really organizing stuff, he was really getting stuff done. And because it was the late 60s. So America's already unstable. Cities burning, police brutality was constant, and then Martin Luther King Jr. got assassinated in 1968. So right then and there, the message was clear that peaceful leadership is not protected at all. The war in Vietnam is escalating, and black communities are being over-policed and underfunded. And that's when the Black Panther Party becomes more than something just happening in Oakland. Now, when people hear Black Panther Party, they picture the leather jackets, the afros, the shotguns, just a bunch of angry black men and women daring the police to blink first, like straight up. And that image that we have in our head, that's not accidental. That's what America wanted us to think of the Black Panther Party. But that's not the full picture. The Black Panther Party was founded in 1966 in Oakland, California by Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale. Originally, it was called the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. And that part is important. California law at the time allowed open carry. So the Panthers would legally carry their firearm while observing police interactions in black neighborhoods. They weren't riding around just randomly threatening people. They were monitoring arrests, making sure everything went smooth, making sure there wasn't no police brutality, and they so happened had them gats in their hand. They was quoting law books back to officers, making sure they would stand at a legal distance with weapons visible. Now, was it theater? Yes. But the strategy was theater. See, they understood cameras. They understood optics. They understood that power responds when it's embarrassed publicly. I'm going to say that one more time. The power, it responds to you when you embarrass it publicly. And they understood that. But the guns and everything, that was just like one little piece of the puzzle. The foundation of the party was something called the 10-point program. Now that document laid out everything that they demanded. Freedom, full employment, decent housing, and education that actually teaches true history, an end to police brutality, and community control of institutions. It was part civil rights platform, part socialist critique of capitalism, and part nationalist self-determination. See, they argued that racism was inseparable from economic exploitation. In their view, capitalism required an underclass. And in America, that underclass was disproportionately black. So if you fight racism but leave the economic structure untouched, you just treating the symptoms, you're not treating the disease. And they're absolutely correct, because that's what we've been trying to say today, in today's time. It's the same thing. You can't give us a holiday, Juneteenth, and then the motherfuckers are still sitting in Congress chairs, and the congressman chairmen and everything like that is still old as fuck, born in 1919. They old as shit. They ways are already, they already racism ways. You can't change them. So you can't try to fix racism on the outside without trying to fix racism on the inside first. You gotta fix that shit on the inside first. You trying to cover up a boo-boo with a Band-Aid. Hell no, nigga, we trying to make sure it don't open back up at all. But back to the story. Fred joins the Black Panther Party in 1968. Within 1 year, he made chairman of the Illinois chapter. That's some command presence that he had. That's not just hype. That's somebody that can switch the energy and temperature of a room by just walking in that motherfucker. What made him different wasn't just anger, it was clarity. Like, for example, he helped build the free breakfast for children program in Chicago. Hundreds of kids fed every morning before school. No federal grant, no corporate sponsor, just organized survival. Years later, the federal government expands the school breakfast program nationally, which is why we got to eat breakfast before school every morning. Because Fred Hampton, that shit crazy. And they never gave the Panthers credit. Now, I'm not saying the Panthers needed credit, because obviously what you want, because every morning I had something to eat. Before I went to school, I had some breakfast. So you don't need no credit, Viper. You don't even need no credit. The credit is there. I had some food. But it's just the fact that the government didn't give him credit. That's crazy. He also pushed free medical clinics and sickle cell testing when the government barely acknowledged the disease. That's why the campuses have free clinics now. Because Fred Hampton, he believed evolution wasn't just about confrontation. It was about sustaining people long enough to fight. But here was the real threat. Fred didn't believe that racism was the only battlefield. He believed that poverty was the bridge. So he reached out to the Young Lords. Now, the Young Lords was a Puerto Rican nationalist organization founded in the late 1960s that emerged from Chicago's Lincoln Park. Originally, it was a street gang, but it transformed into a civil and human rights movement advocating for Puerto Rican self-determination and border security justice across U.S. Latino communities. Then Fred built a relationship with the Young Patriots organization. So the Young Patriots organization, or YPO for short, was a left-wing group formed in Chicago's uptown neighborhoods in 1968. Now, that group was formed by white immigrants from South America. Poor white immigrants that were being crushed by the system, too. So now that everybody on board, we got the Black Panthers, Puerto Rican activists, and poor Southern white immigrants all standing together. Fred called it the Rainbow Coalition. That bitch got a little ring to it. I ain't gonna even cap to you. Rainbow Coalition. Fred understood that if poor people, the 99%, would stop fighting each other and would question the powerful together, would question the 1% together, that the goddamn structure would shake. So now enters the FBI. So under Director J. Edgar Hoover, the FBI is running something called COINTELPRO. So COINTELPRO, or Counterintelligence Program, was a covert series of projects conducted by the FBI between 1956 and 1971. It targeted domestic political organizations that the Bureau deemed to be subversive, including civil rights, feminists, anti-Vietnam War, and socialist groups. The program remains one of the most controversial examples of government surveillance and political repression in U.S. history. And the goal was to simply disrupt black political organizations, to prevent what Hoover literally called the rise of the Black Messiah. They weren't talking about religion. They meant a leader that can unify, inspire, and mobilize. Fred Hampton gets flagged. So at this time, Fred Hampton is only 20 years old, and the FBI started surveilling him. Informants planted. Internal memos describe him as a threat, not because he's dangerous, but because he's effective. And then comes William O'Neal. So William is young, and William got arrested for impersonating a federal cop. William ends up flipping and becoming now an FBI informant. He joins the Black Panther Party and rises all the way to head of security in Chicago. That means access. I'm talking floor plans, routines, layouts. He has access to everything. So on the night of December 3rd of 1969, Fred is just chilling in his apartment. It was on West Monroe Street. He had his wife in there with his fiancée, Deborah Johnson, and she is right now pregnant with his child. Early morning, December 4th, around 4:45 a.m., police raid his apartment. Almost 100 shots are fired by officers. The Panthers fire one shot, and that one shot was likely accidental because they were startled because one of their members just got hit. And while all this going on, while the 100 shots is flying, Fred barely moves. I watched the interview of his fiancée, Deborah Johnson, when she was talking about it. She was in the house with him. She said the police came in there. She said Fred did not move All them shots. They told her to get out the room and everything like that because she was pregnant. So they put her in the kitchen. And she said, you heard the shots, pop, pop, shot him in the head. And she heard the officer was like, he good and dead now. And they was laughing and all types of shit. It's a picture of they walking out of the crime scene with Fred's body, taking a picture, smiling. The whole while they carrying him out. Like they proud of it. Crazy. Toxology later comes out that he was drugged. Now it is debate that continues on how much he was drugged. But like I said, people said that he didn't even wake up when the shots were being fired. He was dead to the world. He didn't even wake up. And police called it a shootout. But ballistics later showed that nearly every shot that came was from the police. And get this, afterwards, the surviving Panthers that were remaining all went to jail for attempted murder. Now, eventually, the charges was dropped, but years of legal battles came with it. And in 1982, a settlement of $1.85 million is paid out by Chicago, Cook County, and the federal government. But they paid it without admitting wrongdoing, so no officer was ever convicted. William O'Neal later admits his role publicly, and he died in 1990. And it was ruled a suicide, but I don't know. And I really didn't do too much digging on it because really, fuck you, William. Like, for real, I really didn't even want to put you in the story, but I had to. So I don't care. So Fred Hampton never sees 22. So what made him worth killing? It wasn't just revolutionary language, because plenty of people talk big. It was that he built systems. He fed people. He educated people. He crossed racial lines without diluting his message. He didn't beg for inclusion. He just organized power. And that combination is rare. And historically, rare things get removed. And the pattern isn't subtle, bruh. If you think about it, charismatic leaders who tend to unify across class lines always face surveillance, imprisonment, or worse, death. Fred Hampton's story isn't like ancient history. It's a case study of how power responds to disciplined movements. So the question isn't what happened in 1969, bruh. The question is, what kind of leadership makes institutions nervous today? Because Fred wasn't reckless. He was strategic. And it seems like strategic is what scares them, bruh. I don't know. That's all I got to say. But we're going to wrap up this high history, okay? Wrap up this one. And we're going to be back next week to keep on going with the mini-series on who the fuck is your government. I don't know how long I'm going to be going on with this mini-series. I don't know, because who the fuck is your government? They done did so much shit. I can go on and on. But yeah, make sure you smoke the gas. Make sure you pass it. Oh, one fun fact. I forgot to tell y'all. Hold on. You know I always do that. Fun fact. Then I'm going to leave. Policeman department to this day goes to Fred Hampton grave. It's like a little anniversary or like a little ritual from them or something like that. They go to his grave and go shoot it up. To this day. Like once a year. The whole policeman department, they go to this grave and shoot the headstone up. Every year. That's how powerful this nigga was. They that pressed. Make sure you smoke the gas and you pass it. Dope so loud.